All right, welcome into the 24/7 Sports Channel. I'm your host today, the Director of Scouting, Adam Finkelstein, and we have yet another big commitment on tap for you today. Hudson Catholic and City Rocks guard Elijah Gertrude, who has been one of the most rapid risers in the entire country over the course of the last year. In fact, at this time last year, he only had one Division I scholarship offer on the table, played out his junior season, became a mid-major priority, joined the City Rocks and played in the EYBL, and then he became a high major priority. As it stands now, he is a top 40 national prospect, a four-star prospect, and the third best shooting guard in the entire country. So without further ado, we are going to go live to Hudson Catholic High School and be joined by the man of the hour, Elijah Gertrude. Elijah, thanks for joining us today. Elijah, can you hear us? Oh, there he is.
There I am.
Thanks for joining us today, Elijah.
No, thank you for having me. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely. So, who do you have with you here today?
On my right, I have my mom, Latanya Sims, and to my left, I have my dad, Damon Sims.
Awesome. Now, this has been quite a whirlwind for you. I was just talking about it. A year ago, you had one Division I scholarship offer. You walked away with your choice of high major suitors. So tell me what the last year has been like, both in terms of the development of your game and then the growth in your recruitment that you've seen alongside that.
Just the whole journey. It's been a long journey. Starting from where I was before to where I am now. It's just something that you have to be grateful for. Started off just trying to know every day is the hard work is coming to pay off.
All right. Now, I am sure, in addition to mom and dad, that you've got some people you want to thank here before we make this announcement. I want to give you a chance to do that, and then we'll get to the business at hand. So go ahead, and I know there's a list of people that you want to be able to recognize. I want to give you the chance to do that.
Firstly, I would like to thank God, the man above. That's who I would like to thank first, because without him, this wouldn't be possible. He gifted me with a talent, and I'm just using that. That's who I would like to thank first. You guys, for giving me this opportunity, like I said before, to I have the chance to come on here and announce this big decision in front of lots of people. Thirdly, I would like to thank Coach Nick and the coaching staff at Hudson Catholic. They were since freshman year I came in, didn't really believe in me. They made me work hard at every practice, every workout, every drill. They just pushed me to be better. After that, I would like to thank all my supporters. Just everyone in the background, just doing the work, just helping me out. Thank the recruiters, the college coaches that believed in me, the great coaches that got in touch, that saw something in me.
All right. Now, you cut your list down to 5 finalists after the July recruiting period, but there's only room for one. We take a look at your final 5. It's Kansas, Rutgers, Seton Hall, St. John's, and Virginia. Of course, 3 of the local schools there in the tri-state area, but the time has come for you to make your selection. So where is it that you are going to be playing your college basketball?
The Wi-Fi cut out right there. So
everybody started applauding, so you get to do it again. Where is it that you are going to be playing your college basketball?
The decision that I made, I'm going to be playing my college basketball career at University of Virginia.
All right. Tony Bennett gets a big one. Congratulations. So, Elijah, obviously this is huge news for Virginia fans. They get a playmaking guard who's capable of making an impact on both ends of the floor. But what was it about Tony Bennett and the University of Virginia that made you want to commit to them?
Coach Tony Bennett, that's the historical coach. Just the resume he has of developing his guys, getting his guys to, even if it's not the NBA, to professional. He has a resume of developing his guys. He's a really great guy. Uh, back. Oh, there it is. Well, like I was saying, that all really great guys. Went there twice actually, and it was like a family. I'll be exaggerating if I said like I didn't like that place was amazing. It was amazing. So now just being able to go there, call those guys my family, it's amazing.
Well, Elijah, I know you mentioned the work you got to do at Hudson Catholic. I spoke to Coach Nick a few minutes ago. He said you got to work out right now, so we got to let you go. You got to get to the gym.
Yeah, I do have a workout right now. We got a little run in the gym. Got to get a little workout after this.
Well, Elijah, thanks so much for doing this. It has been so much fun to watch you play and watch you evolve over the course of the last year. And we know that your family and friends, along with Virginia fans, are very excited today.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing.
All right. And it is potentially amazing for Virginia fans as well, because they are landing an immediate impact guard. For more on that, we're going to bring in 24/7 Sports Director of Basketball, Eric Bossi.
Hey, Adam,
Eric,
how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. Obviously not as well as Tony Bennett and his staff are probably feeling right about now, but I'm hanging in there.
And I think Virginia fans should be very excited right now. What are they getting in Elijah Gertrude?
They're getting a guy who is just scratching the surface of what he can do. We're talking about a guy that as recently as the beginning of 2022 didn't even have a profile on any of the national recruiting sites, much less any high major offers or anything like that. Deshaun London on our staff brought him to our attention in the spring, and we went out and saw him, and certainly we saw the same things that the coaches at Virginia saw. We saw a guy who could shoot from the outside. We saw a really bouncy guy, and a guy that is really still pretty new to playing high level competitive basketball and just has so much more to grow in his game. And if there's one thing we know about Tony Bennett, we know that him and his staff are able to find these kind of under the radar, late bloomer guys and develop them and get the most out of them. So he seems like a really nice fit for it. And it's just, in my mind, a case of Tony Bennett being Tony Bennett on the recruiting trail.
And of course, that staff, Jason Williford, played a big part in this commitment. You talked about that staff's ability to find under the radar talent. Of course, when it was all said and done, he wasn't under the radar anymore, because he really has just evolved at such a rapid rate. How do you see him fitting into the system down there that Tony Bennett utilizes on both ends of the floor and or with the other pieces on that roster?
I think he's going to fit in pretty well. For a guy that's ranked as highly as he is, there may be a little bit of an adjustment period. Just a lot has to depend on how quickly he can add strength when he gets to Charlottesville, because he does need to get stronger and he does need to adjust again to consistently playing that high level competition. But he's a guy with his physical tools and natural talent. Once he makes that initial adjustment, could really take off quickly. I love his ability to catch and shoot. He's going to give them an added element those times that they do choose to run and get out in transition, because he's going to give them a lob finisher and a guy who can kind of create his own in transition. But he's a really high IQ player. That's what I love a lot about him. He passes the ball well. Defensively, he's very alert. He sees man, he sees ball. He's always in help position. I really think that's what Virginia saw in him, is this guy that you see the physical tools, but when you peel back the layers, there's a really high basketball IQ. And also just in terms from when you're Virginia, you want guys who want to be there and really understand the culture. And I don't know if I've spoken to another kid in recent years who really gets Virginia and their culture more than Elijah Gertrude did. Even before they offered him, I remember speaking with him about Virginia, and it was clear that he had done his homework on them. He knew what he was getting into, and it was something that he really wanted to be a part of. And it was one of those things where you could tell as soon as they offered, they were going to have a really good chance of getting him. They're not too far away from home, but distance did matter. And they were able to overcome that. And now they've got a guy who I think fits them really well on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think that's a terrific point. They came into the tri-state area. They beat out the local schools. And this was very much someone who, as soon as he got on their campus, really was excited about the possibility of being there. And if you have enjoyed this broadcast as we got our way through some Wi-Fi issues, we ask you to like and subscribe. We've got more commitments continuing to come to you, both on the basketball floor as well as the football field. Also visit 247sports.com. Eric and Deshaun London both have features currently on the site that'll break down this commitment in much more depth. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on the 24/7 Sports Channel.